Nickelodeon's Avatar is coming back in a big many ways. Should you be excited or concerned? We break it down. Hey guys, I'm Mike James, and if I get you thinking and enjoying what we talk about today, please drop a like and subscribe. Some exciting news that came out of the Viacom CBS event yesterday. Crazy things that made you realize you're gonna have another channel to subscribe to. For sure, the channel combines a crazy amount of stuff like CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, Paramount Movies with reduced premiere dates between theaters and movies for tentpoles like Mission Impossible 7, coming out 45 days after the theater. That's an insane amount of news, most of it good. It's very similar to what WB and HBO Max are doing right now. You can read the link I've placed below straight from the company's website, but this 11-page document has so much to break down, particularly the new Avatar announcement from Nickelodeon. It's only 2 sentences long, but let's read it. Avatar, Nickelodeon's new animation studio division dedicated entirely to creating content based on the wildly popular world of Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, led by the series' original creators Mike DiMartino and Brian Konietzko in partnership with the Nickelodeon Animation Studio. Avatar Studios will produce for Paramount Plus a wide range of Avatar-inspired content ranging from spin-offs and theatricals to short form. This doesn't mean that they're doing animation in-house, particularly like Lucasfilm and Marvel Studios. This definitely means that they will have a dedicated, centralized hub to manage the canon of the universe and develop stories much faster, hopefully better, if that's possible. That's great news. Where do we go from there? Let's back up a few years and quickly talk about what has been happening since KORRA ended, because this will give you an idea of where they could go and why I think some of us should be concerned, i.e. temper our expectations. The elephant in the room for hardcore fans will be, will they tell and animate the stories from the comics? The comics, if you don't know, were written by Mike and Brian, along with some others, and are as good as the show. They could easily be turned into seasons 4, 5, and 6 as far as I'm concerned, and that's not even because they did the story for all of them. They are just that good. If you haven't read them, do it. I can't think of anything more useful to do while you wait for the movie. There are links below to those, and those are always on sale. Totally worth your buy. The storyboards, illustrations on most of them matches the show 1-to-1. It's completely unreal. I would read these with my wife, doing the voices of each person as best as I could because we wanted to feel we were watching these stories, not just reading them. You have The Promise, The Search, The Rift, Smoke and Shadow, North and South, and up to this point in Balance with more. The stories of all 6 of those include Mike and Brian, along with some amazingly talented writers, Gene Yang and Faith Hicks. After those stories, there are more. Katara and the Pirate Silver just came out. I think in the end of last year, Toph Beifong's Metal Bending Academy is supposed to be out now, and Suki Alone is coming out in June. It does not end. Those stories fill in the years of the crew as they grow up, almost becoming teenagers. I love how they start to look a few years beneath KORRA. I was thinking about that when I was watching KORRA. Seeing small snippets of them as adults, I wanted to know about those years. KORRA's comic line is shorter with 2 major stories, but the excitement is also there. And the fans should know that there are plenty of stories to tell from the original creators. It flows like whatcha, so that's exciting too. Is there a cause for concern? Depends on who you are. I would call it a tempering of expectation because it's been building up for years. The live action movie is coming from Netflix. That's old news, and it will be about Aang. What about the new animated film? Will that be about Aang, KORRA, or someone else? Will it be another crossover of some kind? Knowing Mike and Brian's inclinations as storytellers with the Avatar world, they are consistent with production design and animation style. They want to keep this Asian-inspired, with anime elements. I don't think that will change, perhaps for the spin-offs. Studio Mir, who did KORRA, is working on an original project right now named Koji, but is known for juggling several projects, so they may come back. I hope they do. If you've seen the animation from KORRA, the fighting is badass. I don't think this should be 3D like the new Rugrats reboot that Viacom CBS also announced, or Thundercats Roar's Flash animation. Just keep it consistent so it feels like an extension of the universe you've already built. The other animation studios from the older Avatar days, I think, won't be used. Studio Mir would be probably the top choice again and should continue animating Avatar as far as I'm concerned. There should be some concern on a new movie though. It's purely speculation, but the movie might not be what we all would want out of fan service, and some of us aren't hoping for that. That's good. The story of a new Avatar. You know, if you wanted to start out strong like baby Korra,
I'm the Avatar! You gotta deal with it!
what would you do? My belief is that it will be a way to introduce another Avatar with a slightly revised animation style, keeping it consistent, and that Aang and Korra, probably Korra, I'll get back to that in a second, perhaps will be in there for new seasons with possible movies afterwards. They may make appearances in this movie, but they won't be primary characters. Don't come back after all these years to say you have nothing new to show for yourself. You gotta let us know that there's plenty left in the tank for this universe, and there's more new stories too. Talking about the end of Korra, if you haven't seen that series, look at the center, the corner of your screen for the spoiler sign. When that disappears, I will be finished the spoiler. Okay, so as you know, Korra's connection to the past avatars was destroyed, but she merged with Rava again and became a full avatar. We don't know if when she dies, the avatar cycle will end. I do not believe she's different from Wan, the first avatar, so I believe this movie may expand upon that idea. Where do we go with the avatar cycle? Is the next Avatar inevitably an earthbender since, she was a waterbender? Is this another era entirely? I think it will be the successor to Korra. It will be about their relationship to the past avatars and possibly explore more so the idea of these two being the future of what an avatar is, her and her successor, a way of what she can forge with them as being an avatar. Okay, and no spoiler. If you all of a sudden came back and spent your time and energy on an Aang and Katara get married with the return of Azula as your first big move, I'm not sure Brian and Michael would feel that as brave storytellers. This isn't enough of a move to get the entire franchise forward immediately. It's the end of a sentence, not the start of a new one. The service is inevitable with great surprises though, so you saw Aang pop up in Korra's series, it's inevitable you'll see someone you know again. If you've seen Korra, you know they don't care about playing it safe, especially with that ending. The concern should be optimistic. They will break your expectations, so check yourself when anticipating Aang or Korra in a movie form. The first move is the most important, and if I was working on establishing a new tone for this independent studio, I'd introduce the new dawn of the universe I plan to set forth. The fans will appreciate this. They will be blown away. And if Aang and Korra have shorter appearances while the new avatars take the spotlight, don't worry, the comics still are more than enough to keep you satisfied, at least in the beginning. It's possible that Aang and Korra may have limited engagements in the form of an extra season, but I don't think that's the immediate plan, especially for that movie. There are new ideas brewing in the minds of these two storytelling geniuses. What do you think? Should they leave the older series alone? Or should they bring them back and make a crossover movie? Please let me know in the comments. I really want to know your reaction to the stunning overdue news from Nickelodeon. It's about damn time! Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you watched today, drop me a like and stay with us as a subscriber. Take care.